Welcome to the World of Assassination. This is an episode of Eidolon Playtest where we're cutting out the Eidolon and we're focusing all in on the playtest. I got a brand new soup, fresh boiling. We're gonna playtest it, see if it needs a little paprika. I'm Crystal, and with me we have Iris.
Hi.
We have Maxie.
Hi.
We have Luke.
I mean, what soup couldn't use a little paprika?
We have Ty.
Hello.
We're going to be playing a game that I wrote called The World of Assassination. If you ever played the Hitman games by IO Interactive, this is basically me trying to adapt that into a one-shot tabletop role-playing game.
I have not played the games, but I have watched Giant Bomb play them.
Yeah, you got the necessary context then, I think.
We're not going to go through all the little rules of this game, but just the basic overview. This is a game with you play with 3 to 6 people. There's exactly one assassin. There are 1 to 4 targets, and there is one handler, which is basically the GM role that I'm going to be doing. But 3 of you have made targets that are bad people, and the world will be better if they're dead.
I think maybe all 4 of us made targets because we misunderstood the directions you gave us.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 of you will be playing targets that you made, and 1 of you will be playing an assassin. Maxie, do you want to tell me a little bit about your target?
Sure thing. My target's name is Francis James Dawson. He is a biologist and conservationist. He's done a lot of nature documentaries, pretty well liked by the public. The scientific community is not as keen on him. There's a lot of rumors going around that he's a plagiarist, that he doesn't properly credit co-writers or co-researchers, that he's complicit in corporate greenwashing, and currently he's working on a project to create, quote-unquote, the world's most environmentally friendly pesticide. But maybe it's not that great. Maybe he's, falsifying his results a little bit to save face.
Now, in this game, each of the targets has certain flaws and certain features. The flaws help them be assassinated, and the features help them resist assassination. Do you want to walk me through your flaws and features?
Sure thing. Let me pull up the notes I have, because some of this is not on the spreadsheet. So, flaws, I took disgruntled employee. Her name is Rebecca Suvari. She is his latest research assistant, which mostly means that she handles all the drudge work and actual boring parts of the research while he just soaks up the limelight and, meets with executives and Hollywood types. She's the first one who really has any guts to stand up to him, though, and it's created this sort of mutually tense situation where if she's worried she can't kick up too much of a fuss or he'll sabotage her career, but he is worried that he can't sabotage her career because it would leave him high and dry. He can't afford to let her go right now, and it's a situation that could very easily go bad for both of them. And I also gave him an important appointment with the investigative journalist Arthur Ferguson, who has been interviewing Dawson's colleagues, collecting evidence of his malfeasance. It might or might not actually be enough to get him quote-unquote canceled or have his credentials revoked, but Dawson is worried enough about it that he wants to settle the matter immediately. For features, I took Make a Deal, which it gives me a couple things. One, it makes it so that I can attempt to cut a deal with the assassin. If I can give them a good enough reason to leave me alive, then they can take that option. It also makes me harder to assassinate in general. And then I also took Deathless, which grants me 1 additional hit point. There's not many hit points in this game. It takes me from 2 to 3. Basically means that something that would normally be immediately fatal, I might be able to survive. For the justification for that, I basically took that as much as he is a scientific charlatan, he has still very much been doing all these documentaries around the world and getting into various scrapes. He was recording a documentary on subarctic wildlife and got a bad case of hypothermia that he recovered from. He's one of the few people to have ever survived a black mamba bite without antivenom on hand. He may or may not have gotten lost in the Amazon. It's unclear whether that's just a tall tale he likes to tell. And also, because he's kind of an asshole, he's gotten in a lot of bar fights.
All right. Luke, why don't you tell me about your target?
Yeah, my target is Alabaster Whye, W-H-Y-E. He is the host of a children's science program called Dr. Whye. basically sort of a Bill Nye kind of thing. The thing about it, though, is that the show has high production values. It is largely bankrolled by Al's father, who is sort of a rich, venture capitalist. But the content of the show itself is pretty substandard. It contains a lot of factual inaccuracies. It's not well researched. It is when it comes to educating children, it is not good. Dr. Whye has picked up sort of a reputation, though, of sort of getting harassment campaigns going against anybody that publicly criticizes his show. He's basically become an enemy of the legitimate scientific community because he is so bought into the hype and the persona he plays on TV that he has convinced himself that he's the only one who is actually a scientific genius. And if anyone is criticizing him, they're, frauds and charlatans, they're jealous. It has even gone so far as he has used some of his family's money to suppress or defund research that would stand to, contradict things that he has said on his TV show. And his father has occasionally manipulated that impulse in him specifically to target research being done by pharmaceutical and engineering firms that compete with businesses that he owns. He has two flaws. The first one is Despicable Me, which just means he's a real asshole piece of shit. Nobody likes him, and nobody will like him very much, or come to his aid if he's in trouble beyond what they are like forced to do. And he also has I Have a Condition, which in this case means that he is deathly allergic to shellfish. He has two features to go along with those. He has well-trained guards. He has, despite being a children's TV host, he has an incredibly self-inflated sense of importance and surrounds himself with just the absolute best security detail money can buy. He also has micromanager, which means that he is extremely familiar with everybody he works with, mostly to harass them when they don't do things exactly the way he wants them done. But that means that, for instance, if an assassin were to disguise themselves as one of his employees, he would have an easier time noticing that.
Cool. Ty, you described your guy as a Jared Leto Firefest NFT Island type.
Yeah, I feel bad. This is me writing my homework on air.
That's fine.
I've gone to the character name generator, and this person is Earl Shipman. Isn't that a good actor name?
I like that name.
Earl Shipman. So basically, Earl Shipman is this actor that is gone all in on method acting, and their take on method acting is being a jerk at all times to everyone, and they just kind of write it off as I'm just in the character.
You're making Jared Leto.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, you start a small cult off the island where fans can come for a fan experience.
I heard Earl Shipman sent people blood-filled condoms on the set of Suicide Squad.
Actually, yeah, if we're going to come to his guilty... Wait, where do I have my flaws?
Sorry, I didn't mean to get ahead of you.
As a method actor, he's a little bit of puckish. He's a little pranks here and there, although sometimes the pranks do go a little too far. Let me see, where are my features? There, I got it. First off, as a method actor that completely subsume themselves in their roles, their feature is disguise. They can disguise themselves as someone on the map. And they handle the acting part, the messy part of jumping off buildings and hanging from planes. Not Tom Cruise over here. We got a body double for that. So there's a stuntman are always around just to take hits for me and maybe drink some stuff for me or eat my food before I eat it. So his flaws are guilty conscience, 3 shitty things he's done while pursuing his method acting. I'm going to say the first one would be sending vials of blood and other fluids to his coworkers, which may have created a biohazard situation on the set, which, because it was off in international waters, may have created a biohazard situation for the entire boat. And he kind of feels bad that, he cost the studio a lot of money, and maybe some people got sick. Who knows? Anyway, who cares? Second one would be to get permits to shoot overseas. He took maybe a small military contract, and while he went there, he went to a small family shop and ordered some ice cream. Found out like a week later, the democratically elected regime there had been replaced by a stooge, and it can't help but wonder if maybe part of the military contract was that. And he just gets real upset when he sees ice cream, because you can't get that ice cream anymore, since that family kind of went out of business and they don't really export it anymore. It's just really bummer. And I think the third one, what's a good third one? Yeah, let's just do it. He did a Fire Fest kind of situation, which caused a huge biohazard to the island because when they came back and said, hey, we don't really have plumbing or electricity here, it's like, just put it in the ocean. Just put a big tube to the ocean. So that did not go well for the coral reefs and whatnot.
I feel like no one whose job title is actor should be causing this many biohazard scenarios.
He's method.
Unless their name is Mila Jovovich.
But yeah, he's those are the reasons he's bad. The whole total biohazard, as well as causing trouble everywhere he goes. And second one for the side guilty conscience about those things. Oh yeah, I guess the third guilty conscience would be the beach, because like after that Fire Fest incident, that beach was ruined. Can't go and hang out there anymore because it is teeming with a biohazard problem. And lastly, shoddy construction. He often cuts corners. He's one of those actors that, because he was a massive actor for a blue collar thing where he was a construction worker, he was like, well, I'm basically understand construction now, which has led to some cutting corners on all of his ventures, be they real estate ventures, I should say. So a lot of cutting corners, a lot of like, do we have to get engineers? Do we have to get construction workers? Can we just like hire people maybe with not any training and, less overhead? Yeah. Because you really want the authentic experience. You don't want to know the fat cats that, went to school for this.
Yeah, of course.
What's the point of OSHA anyway?
Yeah. Anyway, that's Earl Shipman, real piece of shit.
So just to pull back the curtain a bit on guilty conscience, basically, if the assassin can create 3 incidents that remind you of each of these 3 things, you will be so overwhelmed by your guilt that they can just approach you and you'll let them kill you.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Great.
Huh. Interesting.
And Iris, tell me about your assassin.
Yeah, so my assassin's name is Nikolai Lauring. Nikolai, he works for Trident, a professional league of assassins with offices scattered throughout the European Union. They frequently take jobs that official government agencies would prefer not to be implicated in. Nikolai himself, born in the Netherlands, he originally hoped to become a professional footballer. Unfortunately, as skilled as he was, he proved a bit too eager to injure players he thought were playing dirty, and he was eventually kicked out of the Dutch amateur football clubs. Rather than let this discourage him, though, he decided to channel his violence towards something he figured would be more productive: freelance ass-kicking. For a price, and proof that the target was, in fact, a total dick, you could contact him through whatever social media channels he was advertising his services, and he would beat the shit out of a person of your choice. He was extremely good at this, but also a bit sloppy because he doesn't know anything about how professional assassination works or how to stay undercover. But thankfully for him, he was scouted by Trident before the Dutch authorities managed to nab him themselves. So some of the questions that get asked of the assassin is, how do you feel about killing people? As far as Nikolai is concerned, some people just have it coming. Now, most assholes someone might meet in their everyday life just need to take a little nap on the pavement, but the scumbags he gets sent after require a more permanent solution. So long as the target is the only one to meet their end, he figures he's doing a lot more good for the world than he would have just kicking a ball around a field. Plus, no one gets upset anymore when he headbutts people. what is his relationship to the targets? Outside of, like, knowing of Earl Shipman and thinking his movies are total garbage, Nikolai doesn't really have any personal connection to them. Like, he got their dossiers, Trident explained why there are hits out on him, and he was like, yeah, they seem like they deserve it. What does he stand to gain from this? The same thing he gains from any other assassination mission gone right, the satisfaction of making the world a better place, and if he's lucky, the beautiful sound of a skull cracking open against a well-crafted mahogany desk.
Yes, you've chosen the class the Professional, which is sort of analogous to Agent 47.
Yes, yeah. My character is basically, what if Agent 47 started out as a football hooligan instead of a weird clone experiment, or whatever the fuck was going on with Agent 47's backstory.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Anyway, so the assassin gets a set of perks to help them. Well, actually, I should mention, each class gets specific bonuses to what they can do. With the assassin, you have a code of ethics, which means you get +2 to all knockout rolls, but I can never choose to kill a non-target. Like, it could happen on accident as a consequence of my own stupid actions, but I can't deliberately kill someone.
Yes.
That is not my target. There's also professional detachment. I get a +1 to all my deceive rolls because Agent 47 and other assassins like him are good at, just acting like they know where they belong. I also get a +1 to all sneak rolls because I have a low profile. Finally, I have a set of perks, and I can choose a number of perks equal to the number of features of all my targets. So each target that I'm trying to kill has two features, so I get 6 perks. The first few perks I took were based on his background as a amateur football player. The first one is lock-on targeting. I gain a +2 to throw attacks because he is very good at making an object go where he wants it to go. The second one is improvisation. I take +1 to any roll when using an object for something it was not designed to be used for. He's gotten very good at using soccer balls to kill people, but he can also use pretty much anything else. Because sometimes you just need to when you're on the job. You can't rely on guns. He's also very nimble, so I took parkour, so I take +1 to any sneak or disengage roll when I perform an exceptional act of agility. He's also quite lucky, considering the fact that he hasn't been, caught by authorities yet, despite not being the smartest guy around. With lucky, I get, when a character rolls 7+ on a combat roll against you, they must roll again and take the lower result. Finally, the last two I picked sort of as, what his assassin trading with Trident gave him. 5th perk I got was Save Scum. One time during the game, you may reveal that the result of your roll was actually just a possibility you imagined, and the game returns to just before you made the roll. You may choose to attempt the roll again, or choose a completely different course of action.
I love that.
Yeah, it rules. It's actually. So that's just like his assassin training of his handlers and other trainers being like, look, I know sometimes you just want to punch a guy in the face, but also, what if you've thought about other possibilities before actually doing anything? And finally, Trident, obviously, because they are a professional organization, they give him various equipment that he can use on mission. For this one, he is taking a concealed weapon, which is the last perk. You've brought a special gun that can pass undetected through any pat-down or metal detector. The trade-off is that it requires special ammo that you won't be able to get on the map, and you have exactly as many bullets as you have targets. Don't miss. He does prefer to get up close and personal with his targets, but, if you can take a gun, you take a gun.
Yeah, I think this will be interesting because the Professional is mostly geared towards traditional Hitman-style stealth, but he also took some good combat perks.
Yeah, because my thought is, normally I wouldn't get into combat because I can just save scum as many times as I want. So that way my stupid mistakes just never exist. But in a tabletop game, can't really do that. And when it's a 2-6 game where 7 to 9, some of those common results are a mixed success, I'm not gonna be doing this perfectly the whole time, and I'm probably gonna get into some fist fights along the way.
Yes, so this is a 2d6 game, 7 to 9 mixed success, 10 plus perfect success, 6 minus failure, same as Eidolon and other PBTAs. For the assassin, for the most part, is going to be the only one that's really rolling die. The targets won't unless you get into combat or you use the disguise move, like Earl Shipman can. But the assassin is going to be the main driver of the action here, and the targets are going to be more like role-playing out their scenarios. Let's talk a bit about the map of the game. This is set in the Museum of American Progress, also known as the Map.
God damn it.
Love it.
It's a science and natural history museum in Columbus, Ohio. And all three of the targets here have a certain position on the map. Dr. Whye is filming an episode of a show here. This is where his studio usually is. Francis Dawson is researching the so-called environmentally friendly pesticide here near the Arboretum. And Earl Shipman has a kind of like a pioneer town, but it's an NFT city of the future.
Oh, you gotta purchase the Shipman ships. Each of them is a different type of ship with their own customizable token that represents not an owning a real ship, but you have the idea of owning a ship, basically.
Yeah, I'm imagining this as being like a little blocked off area on the outdoor grounds of the museum where it's a bunch of like in-character actors like you might have in a pioneer town, but they're all doing NFT shit.
Oh no.
God.
And there's a few things that each of you have to do. Alabaster Whye, of course, you're filming an episode of your show, and there's a school field trip here today that is apparently going to be the live audience, but you didn't know about that because you didn't read your emails.
Yes.
Francis James Dawson, you have to deliver a lecture to this high school field trip in the lecture auditorium and theater, but you don't really know what you're talking about. You do have some notes, though. Hope no one sabotages those.
Yep. Listen, I'm great at saying it good.
And Earl Shipman, the high school field trip is also going to be visiting your NFT city, and you'll be showing them around and trying to convince them to invest in cryptocurrency.
Gotta get in early. Gotta get in while the market's hot.
Look, if you get your NFT now, just think about how much it'll be worth when you're about to retire.
I did originally imagine this being more like an elementary school field trip, but then I decided to change it to a Spider-Man 2002 high school field trip where all the kids are clearly played by adults. Which is also appropriate for Hitman vibes where it's everyone feels like an actor.
Yes.
All right. So Nikolai.
Yes.
You stand at the entrance of the Museum of American Progress, Columbus, Ohio's premier institute for scientific research and education, containing not only extensive private research facilities, but also public exhibits covering everything from Jurassic skeletons to medieval weaponry to models of the city of tomorrow. Unfortunately, this jewel of knowledge has three particular embarrassments to our clients in the scientific community. Fortunately for us, they're willing to pay a lot of money to see them dead. It's about 9 a.m. You're standing in front of the fountain at the outdoor entrance to the museum. You can see the lights of the NFT city to the northwest behind the west wing of the museum. To the east, you see the entrance to the underground parking garage. And right in front of you are some high school students that are bored and loitering in front of the fountain. And they're talking shit about their teacher, Mr. Osborne, who's apparently taking a long time to get out of the bathroom.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, because I was thinking during that narration, what is a good place to start? So I think Nikolai is currently wearing just a polo shirt and cargo shorts, just the most unassuming tourist wear you can possibly have on you. Is he at just the entrance to the museum, or is he already in the main hall?
You're just outside the entrance. There's a fountain right outdoors, and there are metal detectors and the doors to the entrance right in front of you.
Okay. I don't think Nikolai would want to try, because my immediate thought was like take the place of the teacher, but I don't think Nikolai in particular would want to do that. He doesn't want to be responsible for a bunch of bratty high schoolers. So I think what he's going to do is he's going to scout out the parking garage, because he knows that there's probably going to be some sort of security there, and he hates cops. Cops always ruined his fun when he was out, celebrating the victory of his favorite football team. So he has absolutely no compunctions about just knocking one unconscious to get a very convenient costume. So he's going to move toward the parking garage to see if he can find any security guards.
Can I ask a quick question just to clarify? Is the NFT shipyard out here, or is it you have to get into the museum and go to like a courtyard area or something?
The entrance you're supposed to take is inside the museum.
Okay.
But there's a fence around it, and it wouldn't be impossible to sneak in the other way.
Sure. I just wanted to clear that up.
Dr. Whye, do you have like a Dr. Whye mobile or a special car or something like that?
Oh, gosh, yeah. I think I just have a fancy sports car that is like double parked across two spaces.
Do Earl or Francis have like conspicuous cars either that would be in the garage?
I think Francis' car would probably be a pretty practical van. It would have the logo of, his documentary company or whatever on the doors probably, but it's mostly just a thing to hold a lot of supplies because he is going out into the fields fairly regularly.
Mr. Shipman has been, method acting. He's never leaving the role. He is driving the clown car known by the famous character of the Jester. Green vehicle with a lot of wow, epic, tragic written on it.
Does it have like big dangly bells on it?
Yes, yeah.
Great.
My God.
Yeah, Nikolai, you can see like a bored security guard playing Grand Blue Fantasy, not really looking at the parking garage in the security booth. And you can see all three of these cars in the sea of many other cars.
Okay. I want to get this guy out of his booth. I think he's going to go for the Jester mobile. So Nikolai's going to walk over to it, and he's going to try to deliberately trigger the car alarm. So ideally, the security guard there will take notice, exit his booth, and investigate so Nikolai can take him out in a more controlled scenario.
Sure, yeah. Roll me 2d6 for distracting.
So that is an 8 total.
Okay, yeah. That means I can choose any one character nearby to investigate it. I don't think there's really anybody else here nearby. So yeah, I'll give you the security guard. Looks up from his phone and tries checking out this car alarm.
Okay. I am going to sneak up behind him and choke him out.
Yeah, give me a knockout roll.
All right.
And you do take +2 to that one.
Oh, 6. So that is a 10 total then.
As you knock him out, you hear the sting of a Danny Elfman fucking coming from the car.
Yeah, I think you perfectly subdue him. You haven't been seen or heard. Do you want to stuff his body somewhere?
Yeah. I'm gonna disguise myself as him.
Mm-hmm.
And then are any of the trunks of these cars unlocked?
Ty, tell me what the security of the Jestermobile is like.
Yeah, does he bother locking his trunk?
I think no. I think all of it is very open. He just ran out of there. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna just store this guard in the back of the Jestermobile.
Is there any cool items in the back of the Jestermobile?
Oh, okay, yeah. 3 cream pies that are kind of old, have been there too long to be 3 prop pies that are going bad, and I'd say maybe a whoopee cushion.
You can take these if you want, Nikolai.
Okay. Is this like Hitman rules where even if it doesn't make sense that I would be able to store a pie somewhere in my jacket that I can still store it somewhere in my jacket?
Anything you can hold in your hand, you can basically have infinite of.
Okay, sick. Yeah, I'll take both of those because I can definitely think of some ideas for a whoopee cushion.
Just sliding a whipped cream pie under your jacket?
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Writing in my notes that Nikolai has 3 times cream pie and 1 times whoopee cushion.
All right. I should also probably keep track of this.
Okay, Nikolai, you are disguised as a security guard.
Okay. Is there anything if I go into the booth and check the security feeds, like, is it just showing the garage or can I access other security feeds?
I think Dr. Whye, when he upgraded the security here to be way more than it needs to be, made sure every booth had cameras everywhere.
Okay. I'm going to say probably because Dr. Whye does love to have security and to make sure people are keeping track of him at all times. It probably makes sense if he had a camera like in his dressing room and stuff, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
All right. What's the state of that dressing room, Dr. Whye?
Dr. Whye is just sort of sitting in the dressing room. He's in a chair getting made up, which is proving difficult for the makeup artist because he's also yelling at an assistant is in here. Why didn't anyone tell me we had a bunch of fucking kids coming by today?
Sir, it was in your emails that I left you a note.
You know how I feel about kids. Why would you approve this?
Well, sir, it's simply the point of the museum is to educate the children, and
we can educate them away from me. Ugh. Can we send them home? Can we send them home? Is that an option?
Well, sir, you could close the studio, but I mean, if it's open, they're allowed to be there.
You're fired.
Oh, thank God.
And then he turns to the makeup artist. You, what's taking so long?
Okay, I'm almost done. There you go. I think you look great.
Great. Finally, he rips that little bib off that they've got and is just kind of jumping out of his chair to head out.
Okay. The last thing I want to check here, because I don't want to spend too much time just viewing camera footage. Are there any security cameras pointed at the set?
Yeah, I think there's definitely some pointed at the set. I think there is just sort of techs and stagehands kind of getting everything prepped out there right now. This set of Dr. Whye, the idea is that it is very sort of James Bondsy. It is as though he is Q showing off cool science stuff to you.
Okay.
So it's just sort of a counter of a lot of gadgets, but they'll teach you science facts instead of, murdering people.
Does he possibly have any large, elaborate, mad scientist-esque props, perhaps suspended in a precarious fashion?
Yeah, I think there is probably a fake spy plane kind of hung by some wires up above. I think there are probably some of those some Tesla coils as stage decoration, which should absolutely be fake because they can just add the electricity in post, but he wanted real ones, goddammit.
Okay, interesting. I'm gonna exit this booth now. Did the guard have keys on him?
Yeah, I think the guard has probably a level 1 security access key card.
Okay. I'm gonna leave this booth and move up from the garage and take presumably the elevator up to the ground floor of the museum.
Yeah, from the ground floor, as you exit the elevator, you can see an enormous T-Rex skeleton with a sign saying, "Check out our new Jurassic exhibit," and there's an arrow pointing to the east. Directly under that skeleton is the reception desk, and there's just a secretary plucking away at the computer. You can see an intern running out crying from the building, calling her mom, saying she just got fired. And then you can see the high school students entering with Mr. Osborne saying, "Now students, our first lineup is going to be, we're going to see a live episode of Dr. Whye. Don't you remember loving Dr. Whye when you were little?"
Yeah, he was the best. I don't know what age I'm going for with this character.
These are high school seniors played by adults.
I loved that program growing up. I'm 17. It was a very formative experience for me.
To the west, you can see a lot of different exhibition halls and also the front entrance to the NFT city. You can see a gift shop to the northeast selling like foam Viking axes and astronaut toothpaste, stuff like that. And next to that, you can see the cafe, the lecture theater, and the auditorium.
Okay. I think I'm first going to head toward the stage for the what the hell was the name of your show again?
Dr. Whye?
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to head to the set for Dr. Whye first.
Okay, yeah. I think, Al has come out and is sort of in the middle of the set, and everyone is just sort of making last-minute preparations. I think there is sort of a projector screen pulled down behind him as somebody hands him a couple of small flashlights for the first segment that they're shooting here. And the kids are like shuffling in to sit on some bleachers they have near the back, and he is just sort of growling to himself as he's glaring at them, probably making them kind of uncomfortable.
Now keep in mind that because Dr. Whye has micromanager, he does know what all his guards look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're far enough away that I probably haven't like explicitly looked at you yet, but if I do, I'll know, you know.
You will be compromised if he sees you.
Yeah, so I need to find a way to distract him. Okay, I've got an idea. All right, so a kid would probably trust a security guard, or at the very least probably not assume that the security guard is lying to them. So I'm gonna go up to some of the more rambunctious teens I can find, and I'm going to say, "Hello, youths. Would you like to be part of this taping of Dr. Whye?"
I don't know. Sure.
Well, I have a job for you that I think will be quite fun. And he takes out the pies and says, "Since this is a very rare live recording, Dr. Whye has decided to try and make this a little more fun and interactive. During I'm trying to think of what I want the trigger to be for these kids to throw these pies
Oh, sure.
at Dr. Whye. Okay. I think the trigger will be that when Dr. Whye like goes to the front of the stage, like just under the prop plane. That's when the kid should throw the pie at him, because that'll be the best angle for the cameras to catch it and really get the pie shot perfectly.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, man. Yeah, this sounds fun.
Good. Great. And careful, you only get one shot, so make sure to aim well.
If I may make a suggestion, if you also put some shellfish in the pies, that would just kill him.
That is true, but where to get shellfish?
Well, the cafe is not too far from the filming studio.
That's true, yeah. That's a good idea. I'm gonna go ahead and head over to the cafe. Is there anything I should know about this before I make my next move?
I think with your eagle vision, you can tell that Francis Dawson is heading over to the cafe for his important appointments.
Okay. What was that again?
I'm talking to an investigative journalist and potential whistleblower.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, he's not there quite yet, but you know from your handler that he does not know what this investigative journalist looks like. Only a few descriptions of like the clothes that he's wearing, and you can see a man wearing those clothes like off huddled in the corner of the cafe.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to head over to that guy and I'm going to say, "Sir, I'm going to need you to come with me for a moment."
What seems to be the problem?
Oh, well, there's some important things going on today, and well, we've just been trying to make sure that everything here is gonna go all right, and we've been receiving some tips that there may be some dangerous persons about, and I'm not accusing you of anything specific, but some of the details we've gotten, do match your description. So I'm just going to need to do a quick search, so that way we can make sure that everything's all right.
Should this be something that Iris rolls deceive for?
Yeah, I think it is a little suspicious for like a museum security guard to want to pull you away and pat you down. So yeah, give me a deceive roll, Iris.
Okay. That's a 6.
But it gets, is that before your +1 from...
Oh, right. Yeah, I get +1 on all deceive rolls, so that's actually a 7.
So they're supposed to question you, and you have to give them a convincing reason to let you be here, or to let you do what you want them to do.
Listen, I'm a journalist. I promise you can look me up on the Portland Reporter. I actually have a very important interview lined up, and I don't want to risk being away when the subject gets here. It's not wouldn't be very professional of me. If you want to keep an eye on us, I guess I would be fine with that.
Trying to think of how to respond here. So the reason I would need to give is why I want to take him away. Damn, I'm really struggling to think of anything.
I mean, you could just agree to stand there with them and then look for an opportunity.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Is that I'm gonna agree to the compromise. It's like, okay, yes, that will be sufficient.
All right, thank you so much for understanding. And I guess he just goes back to sitting down. He's occasionally glancing over at the guard because, like, this is throwing him off his game a little bit. But, it shouldn't be anything that they can't handle.
Okay. I think before Francis James Dawson arrives, I think Nikolai is going to go over to, like, the cafe and order a shrimp cocktail.
Oh, buddy, we got so much fucking shrimp. We got a whole platter of shrimp in the green room, and the guy didn't even want it, so now we have to use it up.
Oh, well, I'll take some shrimp off your hands.
Please take it off my hands. God.
Oh, thank you. I love shrimp. It's my favorite food.
You have acquired shrimp.
Yeah. Get equipped with
just
shrimp.
Putting a whole, like, glass that they do shrimp cocktails in with the sauce and all into your jacket.
Yes. I gotta have the sauce.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can poison your pies with the shrimp cocktail.
Yeah, I will do that. I'm going to head back over to the kids and gonna say, I just got an update from Dr. Whye. So he told me that it'd be even funnier because this whole thing is taking place in a nature museum, is to make this gag a little more themed. So I've got these shrimp, and I'm just gonna put these like in the middle of the pie. So that way, like, when you throw it, like, it'll look like just normal cream pie, but then when the cream slides off, there'll be just shrimp stuck to his face. It'll be hilarious.
Yeah, this sounds awesome. Thank you, sir.
Now, let me ask you this, and if the answer is no, that's fine. Is there any, like... I feel like Dr. Whye has got his head on a fucking swivel for any shellfish getting near him. Is there any roll that needs to be made here to do this whole transaction without drawing attention?
Oh, so you think he might see the shrimp cocktail from a distance and be like, whoa, 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 whoa.
I think he sees anything pale and pink, and he's like, now hold on a fucking second, what is that?
Must suck when he looks in the mirror. Hey!
Sure, you know what? I think it would be pretty weird if someone saw a security guard giving shrimp cocktails and pies to some teenagers.
Right, even if not Dr. Whye himself, surely the other actual security guards here might notice something a little funny going on.
Yeah, I think one of the other security guards comes up to you and says, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just setting up for one of the events that's going to happen, near the end of the recording.
Give me a deceive roll.
Okay. That's another 7.
And one of the events is shrimp cocktails and pies?
Yeah, so it's a natural history and like nature and science museum. So there's the cast and crew thought it'd be funny if and it'd be a great interaction for like one of one of the only live performances that Dr. Whye has ever done. Is to get the audience involved and just throw some pies on stage, just to make it a little more lively and do something funny. You know how Dr. Whye likes to liven up the show.
Okay, maybe you're new here, maybe no one told you this, but Mr. Whye does have a deathly allergy to all shellfish. So I don't know if he told you about this pies thing, but no shrimps.
Oh, no shrimp, really?
Yeah, deathly allergic. He was very clear about this.
Just visibly sweating.
I want a backseat play, but maybe this is the time to go assassin other person.
Yeah, let's what's Earl Shipman up to in this moment?
Well,
hello, everybody. It's me, Crystal. I know you're excited for Ty to tell you what Earl Shipman's up to because Ty's a very funny man and one of the best role players to ever live, but I have to interrupt the show for a bit to tell you about the Eidolon Playtest Patreon. If you want to support some of the greatest role-playing to ever happen, you can subscribe to us at patreon.com/EidolonPlaytest. There's quite a few extra things you can get for subscribing. For $1 a month, you can of course get every episode of Eidolon Playtest a week in advance, including all of the miniseries. Which means if you're listening to this episode on the free feed, you can hear the conclusion to this saga right now for just $1. For $3 a month, you get Luke's GM notes for every session. And since all of Eidolon Pop and Rock is finished, you can now see all of the AUs that might have been, all the ways that things might have gone in a different direction, and all the ways that Luke had things planned out in advance. In addition to that, at the $3 tier, you also get access to the Eidolon design sessions where Luke and Molly work on the game. Right now, they're working on Eidolon 2.0, which has a new tarot-based resolution system, and that's going to be the basis for not only Eidolon Season 3, but all of the several mini-series going forward after World of Assassination ends. Right now, they just released their episode on the Beast, which means they have officially at least done the beginning of the redesign for all of the classes that were in Eidolon 1.0 and made them work for Eidolon 2.0. It's an exciting time to get a behind-the-scenes look at how Eidolon is designed. And that's also going to be exciting going forward as we go through the miniseries, because the game is coming in hot for the miniseries. It will certainly be play-tested, and then I think it's going to be nice and ready for Season 3. In addition, at the $3 tier, you also get access to the special monthly podcast Eidolon Playlist, which is the show where cast members of Eidolon discuss music that is used on the show. Right now, they're finishing up the last episode of their series on The Killers, which is not a band that I have a super strong opinion on, but the people on that show sure do. It's a lot of yelling at each other about which songs are the worst songs ever made or the best songs ever made. At $5 a month, you get access to the current draft of Eidolon Become Your Best Self. I say it's a draft, but it's actually like for real done now. Zoe's done the editing and pass on it. It still needs to have like a layout done for the printed book, but like the version you get access to that is digital is completely 100% playable. Is a finished game. You can run your own game of Eidolon. The $5 tier also gets you access to the soundtracks for Season 1, Season 2, and the first interlude Our Stormy Present, all composed by Maxie. I think those soundtracks pretty good. 3 pretty dang good soundtracks for only $5. In addition, all $5 backers get their names read out as a special thank you in the middle of the podcast, just like this. Casey Cosmos, Jeffrey Hayes, John D., Dylan Chapin, August, Meridian, Monica Ulmansik, N.M., Pixel, Erica Maybe, Mary of Mars, Johan 159, Alexander Moore, Trans Butch Joey, Hazel Miller, Gen Callahan, Monica Wurtenberger, Nancy Blank, M.W., Fair Majesty Empress Quintillion Galaxian, Keone Cohen, Kenning, Megan Anderson, Timothy Miller, and Cleo. Thank you all so much to all $5 subscribers. We really appreciate all the support. Because the Patreon has now hit over $8.50 a month, that means Zoe is contractually obligated to release a special 4-episode campaign, GM'd by her, titled Eidolon Pasta. It's pasta themed. I think it's some sort of cooking competition. I think that sounds pretty interesting, and that will be available on the Grab Bag, which is the $10 tier where we put all our extra special bonus contents. Right now, some things you can get on there is the bi-monthly bonus podcast. Actually, I meant for you the Pod My Cast, where Luke, Iris, and Ty watch the new season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stone Ocean, with Zoe, who's never seen anything about JoJo before. And she gets to learn in real time just how bizarre her adventure actually is. In addition to Actually I Meant For You, the Pod My Cast, and Eidolon Pasta, the Grab Bag also contains things like a blooper reel for the end of Pop Rock Season 2. You can expect more things like that in the future. And you'll also get access to all future soundtracks for Eidolon. So all in all, quite a lot of extra perks you can get from being a Patreon subscriber. But of course, if you don't want to or can't afford it, we'd still appreciate you spreading the word of the show. Telling your friends about it, giving a review on iTunes. It really does mean a lot to us when you do that. And it's really heartening to see how much all of you support it already. Every time I see people talking about Eidolon, it really does make my day. Thank you, all of you. I've gone on for long enough. Let's hear what Earl Shipman's up to.
One Earl Shipman is in the NFT farm, showing off the server banks. Is like, yeah, no, we've got these all over the rainforest now. And another one. Let's say there's a student with long hair and a all green suit and a question mark belt buckle that is at Dr. Whye's performance. They're just a regular student there, enjoying the...
God. Yeah, so part of the thing with your feature body double is that you can play both as your target and your target's body double, but none of us knows, not even me. You have to keep track of that one.
I got that written down.
So One of these two people is the real Earl Shipman, but only you know.
Oh boy.
No, yeah, I gotta say the one on the NFT kind of side is just giving his speech about, too long acting was only for people. But what if we can get computers to act? Computers to act like currency. Computers to act like the future. He's like saying some bullshit. It's like, and that's why if you get in at this level, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, the other one is like in the audience for Mr. Whye and is like doing bad acting. He's like, it's extremely like my fellow students. He's got like a skateboard under his arm and is like, oh, I love Dr. Whye. I always watch him on TikTok, and he like looks around.
Yeah, that sounds right. He uploads to TikTok, I think.
Yeah, he's trending where I'm from.
How do you do, fellow teens? I think how Nikolai is going to respond to this questioning is to say, oh, I apologize. I was not told about the allergy thing. I'll make sure to leave the shrimp off. But we definitely wanted the pies.
Okay, if you say the pies are okay, can you hand me some of that shrimp then?
Oh yeah, sure. He does hand the shrimp back.
I think, can I have Dr. Whye notice this going on?
Sure.
Yeah, he just goes, hey, what the fuck is that? What the fuck do you have in your hand? Pointing at the guy who just took the shrimp.
Shrimp, sure, I was confiscating it so I can...
Get the fuck out of here, you're fired!
Okay. Charlie Brown walks out the door with the shrimp.
And then he kind of turns to wait, who the fuck are you?
Oh, man.
And then I think he realizes that there are children watching him. He goes, who the fuck are you? I got nothing else.
My name's Bob, sir. I'm working security for this floor of the museum.
So he does immediately see through. Your disguise is compromised to him.
What? I don't remember seeing a Bob during the security briefing. What? Who are you?
Okay. If it's compromised, can I? There's like probably a big crowd of people here.
Yeah.
While he's thinking to himself, like that he's searching his memory for whether he remembers me, can I just like try and blend into the crowd to escape?
Yeah, I think you could do that. I think that would count as a sneak roll.
Okay. Because I'm trying to figure out how to do this without just immediately like getting screwed.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that is a 6.
So I think you try to like blend into the crowd and just slip away while he's thinking about this, but one of the other guards catches your shoulder and says, I think he was talking to you, buddy.
I think Nikolai just reverts to his primal instincts and headbutts the security guard.
Sure. Give me a melee attack, 2d6.
Oh my god, really?
Oh no!
I got snake eyes.
Uh-oh.
Does Dr. Whye have a metal implant in
Ah, god. Do I want to use my save scum for this?
This seems like a good place for it. I mean, I don't know what else is gonna happen.
Yeah, well, I have 2 other targets.
That's true. This is
yeah,
early.
I'm gonna try and use my save scum to re-roll that.
Sure. Or you could choose to do something different.
Okay, no, re-rolling it was the correct choice. So with the +2, that gives me an 11.
Yeah, I think you headbutt this guard, instantly knocking him out. You have created an opportunity for you to escape, but everybody knows that this disguise is no good. This disguise is now wanted.
Throw the shrimp at him.
I also think, Dr. Whye is shouting and panicking and shoving his way past children to get to safety now.
Okay,
As I assume other guards are closing in on you.
gosh.
If you want to follow the guard that ran out with the shrimp, there's still shrimp on him. I bet he probably tossed it to the ground, like in disgust, as he left the museum.
Yeah, sure, I'll follow him, because then maybe I can get a different disguise at least.
Yeah, I think you run out towards the entrance, and you can pick up the shrimp on the ground near the entrance if you'd like.
Yeah, sure.
There are still guards on alert for someone with your appearance wearing the guard outfit, but you could run back to the garage if you wanted. You could run around the fence to the NFT city or anywhere around the grounds of the museum if you wanted to, like, sneak in somewhere.
Okay, let me think. Gosh.
While you think about that, we can cut to Francis, who I think has probably made it to his appointment.
Yeah, Crystal, do you want to take care of the interviewer from here?
Sure.
God, I don't know how they can fucking get away with charging $30 for some nachos. They're not even good. I swear to God, somebody at this place needs to invest in real food or... Okay. And he's going to pull up a chair. I am imagining that, his contact here is just looking kind of baffled at the fact that the security guard never came back. And he's just like, okay, all right.
Mr. Dawson.
Yep, that's me.
It's me, Arthur Ferguson.
Yeah, I know, Arthur. Come on, listen. Can we just cut the chase? What do I need to do to get it drop this?
Well, I was mostly hoping to hear your side of the story. Maybe if you offered your perspective, this wouldn't look as bad as it does from my end.
Yeah, sure. I can do that, no problem. Ask away.
Well, it seems that you've just been completely falsifying evidence here. This data is... I have received a research journal, and the data in that does not match anything in your published papers.
Now, listen, I think the beautiful thing about science is the process of peer review. It is the ability for us to check each other's processes, point out issues with them, possible mistakes they would have made. Obviously, I would never knowingly falsify data, but frankly, I'm a little upset that if somebody did have findings that aren't matching mine, that they didn't come to me directly, because listen, I don't want to accuse you of anything, but going to a third party like this in a way that's obviously going to create a lot of negative publicity, it seems very petty, very backbitey, you know?
So, if you have no problem with peer review, you wouldn't have any problem with me sending this to the journal?
Again, I'm just worried that the framing might give the impression that there's more bad action going on than there really is. Obviously, I think all this is likely a misunderstanding or just a mistake I've been making without realizing it. I don't want to kick up too much of a fuss. Frankly, I think it would be great if you could just let me know who raised these concerns. I could talk to them in person. I'm sure that whichever one of us is right can just straighten the other out, you know?
Well, it would be a breach of my ethics to reveal my sources. I'm sure you can understand.
Of course. Will that also be the case when the article's published?
These sources have preferred to stay anonymous.
Hey, alright, listen, that's fine. They can, make whatever decisions they want to. Obviously, there's only so much I can do about it. I, for one, am confident in saying that I believe in my results. I'm not going to say that I can guarantee they're correct, but I believe in my process, I believe in my results, I believe in the fine people working with me and helping with this project, and I believe in science. And I don't know what these other people believe in. I don't know what kind of Christian university they're coming from or what, but, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to make the world a better place and further our understanding of the natural world.
Well, okay. If that's the statement you agree to have on record, then I think our business is concluded here.
All right, you have a wonderful day, Mr. Ferguson.
You as well, Mr. Dawson.
He does not shake this guy's hand. He just leaves. And he is munching these nachos as he does it. Wasting my goddamn time.
I think Mr. Ferguson just gets up and prepares to leave the museum to go publish the story.
Alright. Meanwhile, I think Nikolai does try and sneak over to the NFT area.
Yeah, there's a fence around it, but construction on this place, not too tough. Wouldn't be too hard to pull back a few planks and slide underneath.
Okay. Who all, is here besides, the normal tourists? Does Earl Shipman have any, does he have, an entourage, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's, a dozen dudes that are just kind of hanging out on phones, and, there's one that's, got, one of the Shipman shippies on his shirt. Basically all of them have their NFT, which are, themed ships on their shirts. They all look shitty and the same.
Are they selling, these shippy shirts anywhere?
Yes.
Are there any, do you think some of the guests have, unattended, gift bags?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try and find, someone who's distracted, maybe they left their bag on the ground to, go to the bathroom or something, and I'm gonna try and take it for myself to get change in one of the bathroom stalls.
Sure, you have now changed your disguise as one of the NFT costumes.
We are going to take this to the moon. So, Earl, Ty, you mentioned shoddy construction. So, aside from the normal booths and stuff, what was constructed for this particular area?
This is not just showing off all the benefits of it. It's actually on top of a bunch of hot servers that are farming right as we speak. And they're trying a new thing where if they could somehow siphon energy from the people doing this to keep it going. It's all very experimental. Also, the cooling device is weird. It seems like someone is just running every hour to put more water into this thing. It seems very poorly made.
So it sounds like if I were to maybe disrupt something in these computers, maybe they don't get enough water cooling that they need, perhaps the whole stage would erupt in fire, and that would maybe be bad for Earl.
Yeah, perhaps.
So, clearly the coolant for these computers has to be stored somewhere. Ty, you mentioned that like there was someone coming to like refill the coolant every so often. I'm gonna try and follow them back. Like follow them to wherever like they get the coolant from. Like, what are the security hurdles that I'm gonna encounter, if any?
I'm gonna say security is like just the museum security. I think there's like maybe 2 bigger dudes to the left and right of Shipman. But otherwise, he's not really concerned about the construction. So, like, 2 people are in charge of this. One person is, like, making sure it doesn't catch fire while the other person is getting the fluids, and that's, like, it.
Okay. So, where is this person getting the coolant from?
Let's say... I don't know the map, but let's say... there's like a janitor closet or something like that. There's a janitor closet, and they're like getting a bucket of water and then like pouring some stuff in there, like antifreeze.
Okay. An interesting alternative. So there probably wouldn't be any... Would there even be guards around the janitor's closet? That's where they're getting it from?
It doesn't sound like Earl has really invested in security too much.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is, because I don't want to really cause more violence. I think, or at least not more violence than I need to, because I'm already kind of on thin ice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to like sneak into the janitor's closet after, like pretty much immediately after they've left to go refill it. And I'm going to try and just like basically spill all the coolant onto the floor. So that way it's just not available.
Okay, yeah, I think if you're alone in here, you can just do that.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just gonna spill all the coolant onto the floor and quickly leave.
So it sounds like you have set up an accident for the stage to catch fire from the heat of the mining rigs.
Yeah, exactly. A suitably ironic death.
Yeah.
Earl, do you have like a speech to give on this stage?
Yeah, I think he's like, you know, a little bit of the power of acting. Now we can make, what is computing but making computer dreams? What are we doing but making dreams reality? Sure, everyone can't own a yacht, but you can own a picture of a yacht, which is like owning a yacht, basically. Don't you all want to own a yacht? Come on. Do we have some winners out here? Some grinders out here? Come on. He's just like...
I think as the speech is happening, Nikolai raises his hand and says, I like the idea of this, but are you not concerned about possible effects to the climate of the world that would contribute to a global warming?
Global warming? We got cooling for that. It's like, listen, we don't need to worry about global warming. Everything's gonna be in cyberspace in the future, man. Don't even worry about it. Get your digital stakeholder space in the NFT space before everything goes to shit. Because the planet's going to shit anyway. Might as well transfer over. Get your virtual yacht before everybody else.
Nikolai, as you stand in the crowd, you can hear the person going into the janitor's closet yelling, "Who spilled all the fucking antifreeze?" And give me an assassinate roll.
Sure. Let's see here. Oh, dang. So that's a 9 on the die.
Yeah, we're going to tally up all the conditions for this.
Yeah. So I don't think this target is aware that there's an assassin yet, right?
True.
Okay.
True.
Yes, correct.
The target can technically see me, but he doesn't know that I am me. So I don't think I mark that, do I?
Yeah, I would say if they don't see you doing something suspicious, then yeah, that doesn't really count.
You're holding triangle to blend in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone besides the target who wants them to live can see you. No. Someone who wants the target to live can see them. Does anyone want the target to live?
How do Earl's groupies feel about him?
Oh, how...
Is there even one person in this audience who would take a bullet for Earl?
I don't know how really wonka we want to be for these deaths, but I would say like, ours go up if his go off market. If his NFTs go off market, then ours become more valuable. So actually, No, I think all of them are like, well, I'm already kind of invested, and like, I get a controlling share if he goes under.
Okay, so no for that. Your attempt would put you in direct danger. No. You are currently under attack. No, I escaped that. Then +1, the target is alone. No. The target is distracted, and he is distracted by his speech.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, sure.
The target is basking in a moment of triumph. Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Target believes the assassin is dead. No. Your attempt would look like an accident. Yes. You make the attempt when you're nowhere near the target. No. You say a morbidly ironic line shortly before making the attempt. Yes.
Good. Yes.
Yeah, so you have succeeded this roll. I think people can see the lower parts of the stage starts to see the wood and metal bend and warp as it catches fire, and nobody warns you, Earl. Nobody tells you to get off the stage. Nobody runs up and pushes you off. You just give this speech as the fire rises up and envelops you in flames. And it does create a panic in the crowd as everyone runs out of the NFT city, but you have one of you, either you or your body double, I don't know who, has burned to death on the stage from the heat of your crypto mining servers.
Yeah, so I guess do I not find out until I kill the other two targets?
I think you have to inspect the corpse to tell.
One of them has
what
a
if there is no
tattoo.
corpse? or I mean, not much of a corpse, I should say.
Yeah. I mean, you could make a move to quote-unquote dramatically rescue him from the stage as a pretense to inspect his body.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, you're the groupie that cares, and you want to see if he's okay.
That's true. Yeah.
You're just a upstanding citizen trying to do your duty to your fellow man.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, I'm going to try and quote unquote rescue him when I know it's already too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna reveal. I'm just gonna straight up say, like, when the heat from that burns off the prosthetic nose, burns off his fake hair.
Oh no!
The other one in the jester costume at Mr. Whye's performance. It's like, oh, why are those my cream pies?
Nikolai, it seems that you have assassinated Earl's body double, but the real target is still at large.
Damn it. All right.
Also, this might be, listen, if we're playing Hitman rules, maybe this is thinking too much about it. Are we at a point now where the fire department is being called?
Sure, I think someone's probably called the fire department to check out this area. There's also, there was a man that dressed up and headbutted a security guard.
Yeah, I was gonna say also probably cops have been called, both because of that and because Dr. Whye is now yelling at his guards to sweep the museum, guns drawn, and it is causing much more of a scene than the Hitman did.
Yeah, so definitely the place is on higher alert than it was when you first came in.
All right.
Although, can I add one thing for this? I don't know if this is maybe to speed things along. I do want to say the actual Shipman comes back and seeing the fire is like, his mind goes back to that acting position. And the fires as he was leaving that country that he had invaded. He's like, oh shit.
You feel as if an angel's death has come to enact justice, and maybe you deserve it. Playtest is produced by Audio Entropy. You can find us at audioentropy.com, as well as patreon.com/eidolonplaytest. You can follow us on Twitter at eidolonplaytest. You can follow Ty at Serious Tyberius, Maxie at Max Knightley, Luke at SSJ Speed Racer, Iris at Stilts the GM, and Crystal at Arcane Crystal. World of Assassination will be back next week on March 21st for Patreon subscribers and March 28th for everyone else. See you then!